Hey guys, we're back for another video. Guys, we got some good stuff for y'all in this video right here, honey. We about to gag y'all, okay? But thank you guys for being here. I see you, Rose. Thanks for being here. My top flight. Thank you, Kim Naughton, for being here. Felicia BW, Marin's Favorites, B. Wiser, Kellen Johnson, Carletta Passmore, Shaquanda, and everybody coming in. All right, thank you all. Thank you all, everybody in the bushes and whatnot. Hey, Miss Washington, thanks for being here, dear. Verdi Tulu Taylor's in the building. All right, so of course, everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion, and is used for very fair use and entertainment. Hey, Bernadette, thanks for being here, dear. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. Yeah, I don't need that one. All right, let's go ahead and jump in because we got some great stuff. As you guys know, Nolan Wells' parents, they were on CBS News, okay? So we have some great news regarding that. We're going to go ahead and play that interview so that you guys can see it. For those of you that did not get to see what had happened and what they had to say about that. Great news is Tyler Perry will be paying for Nolan Wells' funeral. He has stepped up, okay? Which y'all know Tyler Perry does that, all right? He paid for Angie Stone's funeral and so many other of our Black Americans who kind of needed that assistance, right? Tyler Perry paid for all of Angie Stone's funerals, and I think she had like 2, maybe 3. But anyway, so he has stepped up to say that he will be paying for Nolan Wells' funeral. Colin Kaepernick, he has paid for the second autopsy for Nolan Wells, to where his body had to be shipped to Washington, D.C. and back to Mississippi. So Colin Kaepernick, who they would not even allow to play basketball, who decided to take a knee and not, say the Pledge of Allegiance or whatever. But he did step up to pay for the second autopsy. So shout out to them for spending their good coin for Mr. Nolan Wells. All right. But let's go ahead and get into this interview so that you guys can hear what happened. Okay. All right. Nolan Wells' parents speak out on Good Morning America, revealing his Snapchat was wiped clean and his body was tracked on land before he was reported missing. Ooh, let's get into this too, honey. All right.
Or on the mysterious death of Nolan Wells. We're joined by his parents, Christine and Elmore Wansley, as well as their attorney, Ben Crump. And before we get started, first off, I want to thank you for being here under these circumstances. Know how extremely tough it must be. And we can express our how sorry we are for you and your family. And first question, how are you two holding up?
Taking it second by second.
Day by day.
Second by second and day by day, which we all can understand. And I just want to ask you, the friends that Nolan traveled to Horn Island with, they say that he stayed behind voluntarily. Why would he stay behind?
That we cannot answer. I can't fathom why he would.
I don't know why he would. We always taught him to, if you go with a group, you stay.
More on the mysterious death of Nolan Wells.
With a group.
Mm-hmm.
Even when he was in college, he was her dad, well, we're going to ride down to a party or something in another city. So I was out telling him, look, if you go with 5, you come back with 5. Do not separate from the group. Because I always said safety is in numbers. Mm-hmm. And he always said, yes, sir. So he knew to stay with his group. So why would he split from his group? I don't know.
So that would have been unusual for him to split from the group. Yeah. And you said he would always check in with you. Did he check in with you that day?
So that day, no, I don't. But of course, too, they were on the boat. And usually when he is out there, which it's not uncommon, he's, I think, since last year, he's been going there occasionally with his friends.
That's new because I saw another video say that he'd never been there. So thankfully they cleared that up.
And so it would always just be like, hey, Mom, I'm back type of thing. But this time there was no call or text from him. It was from his friend.
And then, too, really didn't worry a lot about it with the group. Mm-hmm. Even when he was in college, because it was his last weekend to have fun.
Yeah.
Because that Monday he had to report to school. We was preparing to take him back for camp to prepare for the season. So, we're gonna see. He wanted to have his last little hurrah before he locked down and get ready for the season. Because, like I said, the entire summer he's training. He got more serious. He started to understand what I was trying to tell him about football, not just being fun, but as you get farther in it, it becomes a business. If you want to excel, you have to understand both at the same time.
And we know, Ben, that you said that you're going to do an independent investigation.
Yes.
And you say you have Nolan's cell phone and messages were deleted. How could you tell messages were deleted?
Well, his parents got the phone back, and that's something that's important, Michael, because they tracked this phone on Life 360.
So Life 360, but when I received the phone call from Warren, I immediately called my friend Tashima and I said, hey, have you guys seen Nolan? Because her two sons, Jalen and Javon, like they grew up together. They played city league sports together. When they got into school, they played sports together. And so she was like, hey, like, okay, the boys were pulling up the location from Snapchat. So the Snapchat location looks completely different than the Life 360 location. So when I pulled up Life 360, it was different. It was showing everywhere the phone had been. Like I was like, well, it's showing that he's back on land. Like I'm not. He's like, but no, he didn't come back with us.
Well, how were you able to get the phone?
So we tracked it, and my friend Tashima went and picked it up.
It wasn't like they said we got his phone. They tracked it, and that highlights all these contradictions, Michael. The fact that they said Nolan was talking to a young woman, and she said that he said, I'm going back to get on the boat with the boys. The boys said that he said he was going to stay with her. And so that's an obvious contradiction. And then this video of this, you can hear an argument going where Nolan is saying, give me my freaking phone. What are you freaking doing? And so then his phone ends up missing. I don't know any teenagers, Michael Strahan, who says, if you believe their story, I'm going to stay behind and I'm going to leave my phone. I mean, no young person leaves their cell phone. And so then there's so many things that.
Did y'all hear that? Now, y'all remember we played the video. So that now that they're saying what was clear or clearly said in the video was Nolan screaming at them to give me my phone. So why would they be taking his phone, right? Why would they be taking his phone? Let's continue.
Parents were telling us about even why didn't his body wash up with the tide on Sunday? Why would it come on Monday? It's not adding up. And that is the problem when you think about the history of Mississippi.
Yeah, so there's so many questions that need to.
They said Nolan was talking to.
Be answered. And is there anything you'd like people to know about Nolan? What would you like them to know about your son?
Aww. Aww.
No,
okay.
Nolan, take your time. Nolan was very loving. He was liked by all. It was not a friend that he couldn't make.
No, we'll be right back with more for the parents of Nolan Wells and attorney Ben Crump. We're back now on GMA with the parents of Nolan Wells, Christina and Elmore Wansley. And I want you to please continue to tell us what you want the world to know about your son.
So Nolan was just like this bright light, right? Walk into a room, his smile, his energy was just so infectious. Like it's almost like he drew you into him. And he was just one of those people.
Be answered.
Like he always wanted everyone to be included. He didn't want anyone to feel left out. I remember one of his teachers emailing us. I can't remember what grade he was in, but basically it was math class. They had a special needs student and she asked a question and Nolan got everyone to put their hands down because he wanted that student to answer. And so the student answers the question and she was like, Christine, the classroom, Nolan went crazy and everyone else started going crazy, just celebrating that child. Making them feel included. And that was the person he was. Like he loved everyone. And I always told Nolan, like, you have to be careful when you have such a big heart like that. I love that God blessed you with that, but you have to be careful with that because, that it's not always returned, that type of love. But he was just genuinely a good person. Like I always say, all the best parts of me, like he are with him.
And Dad, anything else you want to add?
It's just, he's going to be really missed. I know a lot of his teammates, they all looked at him as a leader. He's more like a silent leader. Not
My heart is breaking for that mom. Boy, it's like she's just really trying to hold it together. Y'all know this is still fresh. This literally just happened on the 4th of July. So she is like, you could tell it's like everything, taking everything in her to just like be able to get through this interview. This was kind of soon for them to do an interview, but people did kind of want to hear from them to see where they were, what new developments we may not know about this case. So I'm kind of happy they did it, but my heart kind of breaks for the mom and the dad because he's trying to be strong for her as well. But this is hard to watch. My goodness.
not real big on words, more action, which is kind of like I was. I really wasn't real big on talking. I really wanted to show you and you follow me, and people follow him. And it's gravitated. He put in the work, he worked hard, and he knew he was focused on what he wanted. And he wanted to make life better for, his family. He wanted to have his own family. He used to say, Dad, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to build this. I said, well, son, you got to take it one step at a time. Slow down. Let's go. Let's walk this thing out. Let's train. Let's sign our deals. Let's
All right.
make these teams, make these camps, put the work in, and everything else to work out. Even his baby brother, their bond got even stronger because now I have a big brother that he's finna do something. So now I want to outdo that. So his focus and his confidence has got even better. So I was looking forward to both of them having outstanding years.
Seasons,
It seemed like he inspired in the home and he inspired outside of the home. And Attorney Crump, where do we go from here? What's next?
Well, the deleted messages that Christina was going to briefly touch on, we want to get the phone and figure that out.
Backtrack on that. When we finally got his phone, me and my sister went through the phone. We went in his Snapchat. He had 2 accounts, absolutely nothing. It wasn't even 24 hours, which is how long videos and pictures stay in Snapchat. And I was just like, that can't be. Like, I've seen Nolan whenever he snaps, like when he goes and
make these teams,
he's having fun, like he does videos. Like there was absolutely nothing, no saved videos. And even my sister was like, yeah, that's suspicious.
So when they took his phone, that's probably when after that whole altercation is when they probably started deleting stuff because they didn't want people to see that Nolan was with them, right? Or to be able to say that they saw that or have any proof in that phone, because why would you delete that, right? Why would you delete that? I told you, I feel like they lured him into a wooded area and they jumped him. They probably suffocated. Something happened because obviously he didn't drown because like I told you guys earlier, his parents said he was a very good swimmer. So yeah, that we got to rule that out. And then 2, like they were just saying, it was too soon for his body to have washed up on the side of the banks. But they found his body, from what we're told, near the body of water, but on the side of the bank, okay. But they did, from what I read in some other publications, it did say that he had some bruising on him, which would have shown that there was some type of struggle or something. So do I feel like he passed away in the spot that they found him? No. And I feel like that's why those boys are like, oh, we don't remember anything, and they don't want to cooperate, and they're deleting things. People who are guilty do stuff like that. But let's keep
vicious,
Michael, we're having an independent autopsy done at the behest of his family. Colin Kaepernick helped pay for the independent autopsy. We flew his body up from Mississippi to D.C. because they wanted an autopsy done by a person with no interaction with the Mississippi law enforcement, because there's an issue of trust here that is really important. And the fact that they keep trying to say, we're suggesting it was a drowning, but nobody out there reported him drowning, it's not adding up, Michael Strahan.
And remember, I told you guys and showed you guys this morning that the person who does the autopsies there in Mississippi had some very questionable past autopsies where they ruled undetermined when there were really things going on. Like, say a person was unalive due to a struggle, they would say undetermined to maybe cover up or maybe not hold certain people accountable, right? So when I told you guys that 2 of the boys, their parents, one is a judge, one is an attorney. So it's a direct connection and of course a conflict of interest. So why wouldn't they want to cover up some things and say, oh, we don't see any foul play or anything, and try to make his death undetermined as well to stop the investigation and then just say, hey, go ahead and bury him on to the next case. So I get it why they want to take him out of Mississippi and take him somewhere else to get a second opinion.
And it is not adding up.
And honestly, we are doing this because at the end of the day, I would hope any parent who's having fun would fight for their kids to find out if anything happened, what did happen. So we just want honesty and transparency. We want a thorough investigation. We want that same respect that would be given to anybody else. And that's it. We just want answers.
Well, we really appreciate all of you being here. We hope you get the answers that you deserve to have, and we hope you get the closure that you need. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Mike.
That dad looked like he ain't slept in days. I cannot imagine if something like that happened to my child. I would be batshit crazy. So praying for strength for them too, because good God. All right, so we have a few more things because it was like a little press conference thing with Al Sharpton. I want to play with you guys or play for you guys. I went and pulled a lot of stuff so that you guys could see like everything directly connected. CBS News has some things as well. So the family of 18-year-old Nolan Xavier Wells tells CBS News that Anna, Schechter, that their son spent the night with the same friends that he traveled with to Mississippi, Horns Island, before he disappeared. They say photos and videos from the 4th of July, the day Wells went missing, are beginning to come in, and they're urging anyone with additional images or information to come forward. All right, so let's go ahead and see this.
So you said that he stayed the night at a friend's. The first question is, did he stay with the friends that he went on the boat with? Yes, he did. And my second question is, has anyone come forward and provided you with other photographs or videos from Horn Island from July 4th that afternoon?
They're starting to send them to our office, and that's where Attorney Parker has been adamant about. Please continue to send whatever video you got, whatever pictures you got. And we're very thankful that some of y'all people have done that.
So you said that he stayed the night at a friend's. The first question.
So y'all got that. So they're sending us pictures and stuff are starting to come in. So it's slowly starting to come together, right? The autopsy is going to tell us a lot of what we don't know. All right, so we got more from CBS Morning. I pulled some stuff from CBS Morning as well. Let's get into that. I want to see all the videos, okay? So we're going to share them all as much as we can because every little piece is like another piece to the puzzle. All right. Elmore Wansley, the father of Mississippi teen Nolan Wells, remembers his son, said that there wasn't a friend that he could not make.
So concerned about what happened here. Just tell us a little bit more about your son. Who was he? What kind of man was he growing up to be?
He was very respected by the community. He was very respected by a lot of people. There wasn't a friend that he couldn't make. People gravitated to Nolan. That was just the type of person he was. He was I would say a silent leader when on the field and on the basketball court. People would follow his actions and not his words. I'm a person, I believe action is more important than words. You can tell me 1,000 times you love me, but show me you love me. Mm-hmm. If you are my real friends and I'm giving you this trust, you need to get it back to me by making me. Yeah. Making me get on that boat. It's 3 of them, one of me. Yeah, we may tussle, but when we get back to the mainland, either we're gonna tussle some more, or we're gonna go party. So, and same with the adult. If that was your child and I was the one there, you would have wanted me to make your child get back on the boat. So it was a lot of bad decisions made. I don't think my son volunteered to stay on that island. I can't believe that.
For all of us.
I don't believe it either. Like, who want a child? Let's keep going. All right, so let's get into Al Sharpton, where he's speaking. I want you guys to see that as well. All right, shout out to Ball Alert. Of course, I told you guys Tyler Perry has stepped in for Nolan Wells' family as Crump and Sharpton demand answers. Of course, Tyler Perry will be paying for the funeral for Nolan Wells. Okay, so shout out to Tyler Perry for stepping up on that. Let's get into this.
in Mississippi for the funeral to officiate, which I'm going to do. We just got off the phone with Tyler Perry, the actor who says he wants to help cover whatever expenses for the funeral. We have with us Spike Lee is in the house. Many of our people that have always supported families are there. This is not about them trying to raise money. We're going to take care of that. This is about, though, they got to keep going forward. But we want justice and let the chips fall where they may. If it ends up being one way that we suspect was wrong, fine. But if it's another way, don't back up and play games with this. They are not activists or lawyers. So they only want justice for their son. I'm an activist. When we get there and they say I've been asked to bring things up, that's what we do. Because sometimes you got to make people sweat to get the poison out of their system.
There you go.
I'm the sweating man.
Come on, sweating man.
And they are the parents that want to see justice for their son. Things up.
I like that. I always count on Al, right? Al gonna always come through. Al said, I'm the sweating man. I know that shit right. All right, so y'all heard that part of it, okay? So we just gonna keep taking clips so that you guys can see. I pulled some from a few places, all right? All right, so here's another piece. We about to get off the Nolan Wells thing here in a second and get into some more things, but I want to give you all the clips that I could find as related to the interviews and stuff that they were doing. So let's get into it. Shout out to the public opinion court because I saw something on hers as well.
The chain of custody of this phone, like how that parent came in possession of this phone, and then explain the resistance. You said you went to the home to get the keys. I don't understand, like what kind of resistance? What was that exchange of words like? The resistance you received when you went to go retrieve his keys. Thank you.
He just acted like he didn't know where they were. He was like he was clueless. Like he was like, I don't know. I don't like, well, just please. I was like, just please go in the room and look for me. Cause be honest with you, at that time I was very emotional. No one was giving me an answer. So that situation with me and them could have went totally left field. But since those other young kids were in there, at that moment they kept me from doing what I wanted to do. So getting them and calming them down, it helped me focus on what I was really there for, to find the keys. And like I said, when I asked him, he said he wanted to look. And so he said he couldn't find them. I did what I needed. I left out of their home. And like I said, 5 minutes later, he come back out with the keys. And they didn't come back outside anymore until the police came. Because at that time, police were called because we were looking for his wallet, and then they went to the door. But other than that, when they sent the keys out, they locked everything. They didn't want nothing to do.
So they lied and said they didn't remember anything from the day prior. This shit coming together. That's why I pull these clips so y'all can see what the fuck is going on here. So the boys that were with Nolan at this island said that when they were originally questioned that they don't remember any chain of events from that day. So the father went to one of the boys' house to ask for the keys, if they had the keys of Nolan, had Nolan's keys rather, and they said, you don't know what you're talking about. So the dad started to get frustrated, like he's about to snap off on their ass. And so he said, please, the dad told him, please go look again for the keys. Go in the room and go look again. Because he felt he just had that urgency, like something was not right, that something was there. So the boy went to go look again and came out with the keys, and they got scared because they knew, okay, we got these motherfucking keys, and we already done told people that we don't remember nothing. So why would you have these keys? Right. So then when they called, the parents called the police, say, hey, we found my son's keys here. Of course, they got to be questioned in terms of why they have these keys, but then they want to run in there and lock the door, and they don't want to, have any more communication with Nolan's parents because they know now they done fucked up. Let's keep going.
What was outside that door. So that right there is, when you lied to me, it killed all trust in what he had to say.
The chain of custody.
So dad said, hey, that just killed everything. When you lied to me, I don't hear shit else you got to say. You told me to have these keys. You don't know what I'm talking about, but then you go back there and bring the keys back. Then you lock the door and get scared because the popo's coming. Oh, they coming again too to pick y'all asses up. Okay, so we saw that one where the social media look is suspicious. I told you guys about Colin Kaepernick, who will be who has paid for the second autopsy for Nolan Wells. Okay, so we know about that. I'll make sure I give you guys everything. All right, so I'm showing you guys a video that I ran across with where Nolan is actually speaking. Obviously, it was before something happened to him, but just so that you guys can see, yeah, that pissed me off, Tiff. That pissed me off when they lied. So they about to get their asses. Trust me, they know more than they're talking about. And I feel like their parents, who are attorneys and judges, done told them to shut the fuck up at this point. But they fucked up when they brought them keys out, because how the fuck you don't remember nothing, right? So this is Nolan's real friends, they said, wouldn't have left him. I told you guys he had his own real set of friends. Why he was there with these weirdos is just beyond me. So let's get into this so we can kind of look into the type of person Nolan was around his real friends. Shout out to Mob God CEO.
You know, do y'all hang out outside of here a lot?
Oh yeah, yeah, do we? Yeah. Y'all live together pretty much. Yeah, oh, yeah. We be everywhere. Sure. Us three. What's last spring? Us three, bro. We were together every day. Wasn't it? Like when it was it spring when it was cold and then he had the Chrysler.
Oh, that was fall. That was like 2 years ago. But fall, every day we just working out. Go to the crib, play the workout, get eats, go to the crib, play the game, go home, get back on the game. Just chilling, bro.
What's your favorite place to eat around here together?
You know, do y'all hang out outside of here a lot?
Oh yeah, yeah, do we? Yeah. Y'all live together pretty much. Yeah, oh, yeah. We be everywhere. Sure. Us three. What's last spring? Us three, bro.
So those are like his best friends. Like last spring they hung out. They go out to eat at different places. So these are his real friends. I'm trying to figure out why he didn't hang out with them for the 4th, right? I said that before. Don't know why he was with these weirdos, but it's all about to come together. Thank God. So I think that they're starting to really put the heat on this case, and we are happy about that. Speaking of cases, let me go ahead and put this other piece that I found. Y'all know I be digging, child. I keep the shovel out over here, honey. We gonna get down to the nitty gritty of it all. Let's get into this new Hunter and Austin Metcalf news. I think I kind of touched on it earlier in my other video, but I wanted to give you guys a visual so we can kind of look at some things. The Metcalf twins, one of the reasons why they did not have Hunter Metcalf take the stand was because of some these boys have a very extensive background in crime, if you will. All right. So that's why they didn't want Hunter's ass up there, because he's already caught in 2 or 3 lies in different news publications where he thought he was giving statements on the Carmelo situation, but every time he opened his damn mouth, it was different accounts of what happened on that very day. But the Metcalf twins, you guys, were arrested for racist graffiti. Crucial evidence that could have set Carmelo Anthony free was withheld from the trial. Let's read. Revolutionary News 314 says, mainstream media is quiet about this one. Them boys had a history of racism, violence, and bullying. We already talked about the bullying situation yesterday, where a lady came forward to say that her son went to the same school as Austin and Hunter Metcalf, and they bullied her son almost to the point of suicide. Y'all know what I'm saying, right? For YouTube's sake. And she had to remove her son from that school to a completely different district to get away from these boys. We also found out that there was a previous incident with Carmelo and the Metcalf twins where they also bullied him, and he had to stay home away from school to avoid this bullying behavior from these two. So these boys are very dangerous. Let's not forget that they also bullied a cheerleader because she had an opinion of a game that was lost. And let's not forget that Hunter said his hands were bisexual and that he had hands for women and boys. The girl was very scared because she thought that he was going to, maybe jump her or put hands on her or assault her. That was also in an email that was sent out to several coaches. All of these things were left out during the trial for Carmelo. And I feel like that's why they didn't have Hunter there, because they didn't want him to be cross-examined and for them to pull up his background and all of the things that were found that he and his brother Austin were involved in, right? Because the goal was to make it look like Carmelo was the evil one. Carmelo was the one who was out here bullying people and the one that was fighting. And, they didn't want that stigma to be on the Metcalf twins. But let's go ahead and read up on what they're saying. Carmelo's lawyer made a deal under the table with the prosecution to withhold crucial evidence that would have justified Carmelo's self-defense argument. That sucks, right? They did our young brother dirty, according to Revolutionary News. It said that the media accused his mother of playing the race card when this whole time the Metcalf family were the ones with the documented history of being hateful towards Black people. There's a whole video out there of Hunter screaming at a Black boy, telling him to get the fuck out of somewhere, right? I played it right on my channel. The truth is strong enough to set our young brothers free, so that they had to cheat him to beat him. Oh, I love that. Said that he never had a chance under the circumstances and stipulations that were put in place by the judge. Said, but God is about to judge his accusers and he will be exonerated. We speak that into existence, right? So yes, these two here were arrested. So they have a whole arrest record, you guys, for racist graffiti. So they want all these things to be brought up because the goal was to make Carmelo look like he was the thug and not these two bastards on my screen. So let's continue on. All right. All that shit gonna come out in the appeal though. Yes, it will. Boosie done found himself in some more trouble, y'all. Boosie cannot stay out of trouble. All right, he's still kind of fighting that situation where he may have violated probation, where one of his security guys got into some type of scuffle in a club. And then Boosie traveled somewhere where they're saying he wasn't supposed to travel and or did not get permission from his probation officer. They're still trying to sort through that. While they're doing that, the cops have pulled Boosie over, said, but they did not think he was about to do this. This dude done broke out into a whole full-fledged concert on the side of the damn road. Let's get into it. Shout out to Hits on Fire.
They got me pulled over again, so I'm finna perform a concert in front of the police. They got me pulled over again. You want to talk shit? You want to run your mouth? You want some gangsters in front of your motherfucking house? We'll set this bitch off. Set this bitch off. We'll set this bitch off. Set this bitch off. Look, bitch, you want to talk shit? You want to run your mouth? Bitch, you want some haters in front of your motherfucking house? We gonna set this bitch off. Set this bitch off. We gonna set this bitch off. Set this bitch off. I'm performing in front of fans on the highway. Cities, fuck them, narcotics.
Y'all get it, right? This dude, language is a little too much. I'm gonna have to edit. I already know it.
Fuck the.
Not F police. Yeah, we definitely not gonna play that.
Pulled over again.
So yeah, Boosie is kind of acting up a little bit. I mean, that is freedom of speech, right? They can't really say nothing to him. He ain't threatening them. He's just saying F them, right? But Boosie, calm down because you're on probation. Don't give them any type of reason to try to jack you up or rough you up on the side of the road. You and the homie, right? Just cooperate and do what you need to do. This is weird, right? Boosie is a lot. Boosie be doing the fucking most. But shout out to Boosie, man. Shout out to Boosie. How can you hate Boosie? Let's get into Todd, honey. Todd is feeling a little nostalgic that he and Candy ain't together. He's missing his kids. Candy, it seems that he and Candy have the 1 week on, 1 week off thing, kind of like how Martell and Mel have their visitation situation. And Todd is speaking on what do you do when the kids are gone? Like he says he's feeling lonely, you guys. So Todd is speaking out about how he wakes up on weeks that his kids aren't with him and he feels very lonely. And several people in the comments were saying, bruh, just fix your situation with Candy and going back home. You and Candy get remarried and y'all can have your family together again, right? So let's get into Todd, child. Let's get into Todd. Shout out to Neighborhood Talk.
What's up, y'all? It's co-parenting daddy. Hey, man. So as soon as I drop my kids off on a Friday, I'm out. Like, I don't know if I don't like being home by myself or being without my kids because, you know, once they go in the house is quiet and they're going to be lonely. So, like, no, for people who, like, do the every other weekend thing, like, what are you doing that week when the kids are gone? You know what I mean? Like, do you be tripping? Do you be missing them? Do you be like, thank God they're going? I just get out of town. I just like, I'm out. So let me know. Let me know. Am I tripping or no? Tripping or no? All right, late.
All right, so Todd says co-parenting daddy wants to know, how do you feel when the kids go back to the other parent's house? He says, I feel lost. So he said, so I just leave. So it looks like when the kids are away, so he's not in the house kind of sulking or feeling sad, he kind of packs a bag and he'll just go on some type of vacation or something so that he don't have to think about the kids not being there or him being alone. I mean, Todd, with all due respect, you did step out. I mean, you was getting extracurricular coochie at home and you decided that you wanted to get it outside. I mean, you kind of messed up the setup a little bit. And that ultimately caused Candy to get upset and go file for divorce. So is it to say that they won't find their way back to each other? Probably will. She does still love him, you could tell, but she's hurt still. And he obviously is hurt as well. He seemed to be a good dad. He's always with the kids. He takes them to school. I do follow Todd. He's with the kids all the time. So yeah, I think that he does miss his kids when he's away, and that's a common thing, right? He's used to seeing them every day, but it's different when you have to co-parent and 1 week on, 1 week off, or you go for a whole week and not see the kids unless he go pick them up and spend time with them. With Candy being busy doing all the jobs that she has to do, I'm pretty sure he does get more time with them on her week as well. In addition to them having a nanny, they do have a nanny that watches the kids, but yeah, Todd, you kind of messed up the setup a little bit, but I do kind of feel sorry for him a little bit. Just the softer side of me. Feel sorry for Todd just a little bit and how he feels about missing his kids. But what do y'all think? Like I said, people in the comments were saying, go back home, child. Fix it with Candy and going back home so you can see your kids every day. What do y'all feel? Do y'all feel that he and Candy should, maybe this is, separation? They say absence do make the heart grow fonder. Sometimes people have to separate and divorce to kind of get away from each other, to see the error of their ways. He's going to church now and trying to better himself. Who knows? Candy said, I didn't even know this person existed. He never went to church when I was with him, and now he's going to church and reading the Bible. And who knows? I mean, God can change anybody. It could be to where later on down the road, they can find their way back to each other. It's not uncommon for people to remarry, right? We'll see what happens, child. But nevertheless, prayers up. All right. Moving on. Let's get into this Marie Monroe. From Bell Collective, where she says she thinks that they need some new Bells on the show. She's throwing a little shade too. So let's get into this with she did an interview with No Chaser. So Marie does not hold back in her interview in the lounge with Chase of No Chaser TV. Said it here. She states that owns Bell Collective could use 2 new Bells and potentially either demote or replace 2 current Bells. Who could she be talking about? Now, the new girl can definitely go. I'm not feeling her at all. They can let her go because I feel like that's a fake ass Akeisha anyway, right? I feel like Carlos and the network were trying to fill that void and kind of put a face in there to replace Akeisha, which she ain't doing a good damn job, okay? If they got rid of somebody, Tambra can go because Tambra don't really bring shit. She just be looking at other people's mouth, all right? Her storyline been gone. And the new chick, those 2 can go, right? We know Latrice ain't going nowhere. And we know the other girls ain't going nowhere, but Tambra and the new chick, yeah, y'all can leave. Let's get into what Marie had to say. Shout out to No Chaser TV.
I desire to be in the room with other women who I can learn and grow from. And unfortunately, I feel like in this group with some of these ladies, I feel that I'm not getting anything from the room. I feel I'm suffocating because I'm not getting anything.
Do you feel comfortable naming any of those Bells?
Well, you all watch the show. You all know who give and who don't. You know who's giving. You know who, the Bells who are suffocating and can't function without the other. And you know what I'm saying? Who can't stand strong and alone on their own and hold their own.
Oh, okay.
So I just feel like, it's maybe 2. Maybe one or 2.
Okay. Add 2 to the Bells that you have, or remove 2.
Some need to be replaced.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I'm just being honest. Like maybe demoted or something. To a friend of the show.
Okay.
I got an idea who those 2 are. I don't know why she just didn't say it. I mean, hell, you call Latrice out for her shit. Why you just didn't say it? Who you fed your opinion? You are entitled to your opinion. Maybe she don't want to rub too many people the wrong way. Okay. But I feel like you should have said it. The new girl and definitely Tambra. Because Tambra really don't bring anything, right? She don't have a storyline this season. She's kind of like the supporting actress in this season. So yeah, she could definitely be demoted to friend of and bring somebody else stronger. And we do know Akeisha and So Gucci are not coming back. They've already said that. They don't have any interest in coming back, especially when So Gucci had to file the lawsuit against Carlos King. That got real nasty. And of course, Akeisha filed one as well. So they're not coming back. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I felt the show was really good when they were on there. People say what they want to say, but JJ, as annoying as it was for him to say God darn it 250,000 times an episode, that shit was needed. Okay. He's missed. Now that he's not on the show anymore, he is missed on the show, right? Akeisha and Willie, they are missed. I follow them, so they're still doing great things and doing their thing elsewhere, but they are missed on the show, right? The show been kind of boring, low-key. But let's move on, child. Shout out to Marie on that. Let's get into Phaedra, honey. Phaedra is sharing some things also with No Chaser. TV about the reunion. Of course, y'all know we gotta wait, child. What is it? August the 8th is when the reunion, August 8th or 9th is when the reunion. Hold on. I'm about to tell you right now, child. I'm gonna tell you the wrong date. August the 9th. Okay, yeah. August 9th will be Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. Okay. I ain't gonna tell y'all wrong, child. And pull my stuff up, get my info correct. All right, so let's get into Phaedra because she does share some things about the reunion, some things she can't talk about because y'all know it hasn't aired yet, and she could definitely get fined or fired for discussing things before it airs. All right, right. August the 9th. August the 9th is when it will air. So Phaedra Parks, honey, stopped by Kelly and Mark and teased the upcoming reunion for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So I stand corrected, not No Chaser, but shout out to No Chaser for sharing it. But Phaedra did stop by Kelly and Mark. So let's get into what they had to say. Phaedra says that at the reunion, there was a lot of screaming, a lot of crying, and bombshells. And she also calls Pinky cold very interesting. So let's get into it. We're about to have a huge thunderstorm outside again. We had one earlier, and it looks like it's about to tear up again. Thankfully, I only have one more topic.
The reunion already happened?
We did the reunion last week.
Oh, okay.
Right here in New York.
All right. Is there anything you can tell us to expect?
Oh my gosh. Bombshell announcements.
Okay.
I cannot speak on it, but
you can't speak on the bombshell announcement?
But of course, a lot of screaming, a little bit of crying, but it's some very interesting announcements. And we've got a new songstress in the group.
Songstress?
Well, we've got a lot of singers. Everyone wants to sing. Housewives love to sing.
Did you come out of the reunion unscathed?
I believe so.
I feel like you always rise above.
I try to.
Yes.
I'm a phoenix, honey.
And what do you think of the two new cast members? There's K. Michelle and there's Pinky. What do you think of them?
I love K. Michelle. We have a great relationship. Pinky is very interesting. I mean, she's a walking TED Talk. She knows everything. And I mean, I'm a pretty learned person, so it's interesting to, be with someone that's just.
Phaedra always throw that subtle shade. You be like, was that shade? Phaedra always likes to hide. She's good at hiding shade, ain't she? But she looked good. Come on, Phaedra. I said it earlier. She looked great with this wig, guys.
Okay. That's high praise.
Yes. Without the degree.
The Real Housewives of Atlanta aired Sundays at 8 p.m. on Bravo. Next day on Peacock.
Okay. Phaedra's so damn messy. Phaedra, you came out unscathed because you didn't share shit this season, right? Why would they attack you when you gave nothing, girl? All you did was laugh at other people's jokes and look at other people's mouths and bump Portia whenever somebody said something juicy. Like, you didn't really do shit this season, girl. That's why they ran you off Married to Medicine. You came over here and ain't doing shit over here either. So, not sure why Bravo is just letting you get an easy check, but listen, girl. Listen, okay? Was that my last topic? Indeed it was. Okay. Well, let's stop sharing, child. Let's stop sharing because that was my last topic. I thought I had another one. But anywho and anyway, child, we're going to get on up out of here. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I'm going to show this one right here because y'all enjoy this one. I need one more good laugh. All right. I need one more good laugh. Child. Ooh, I'm about to get off here, child, because y'all here is about to tear up outside. I got to play Grandma one more time, child. For y'all that didn't get to see Grandma, honey, going off with her jelly shoes on this morning, we're going to let Grandma run that one more. We're going to roll that beautiful bean footage one more good time with Grandma and her jelly shoes kicking ass this morning, girl. Let's go. Come on. Young Grandma.
Bitch. Yeah, ho. Yeah, ho. Like I said, I ain't worried about no motherfucking rich bitch. Y'all need to touch me. Run that shit. Stop grabbing. Bitch, stop grabbing. Bitch. Bitch. Knock. Come here. Hold on. Bitch. Hey, come on. Bitch. Bitch. Yeah, ho. Yeah, ho. Like I said, I ain't worried about no motherfucking rich bitch. Y'all need to touch me. Run that shit.
Yeah, girl.
Stop grabbing.
Grandma is bobbing and weaving in the jellies. I need to show that one more time, y'all. I swear that had me cracking up. But thank you guys for joining. All right. Thank you, Top Flight Mods. That is so funny. I don't know why that's so funny to me. Thank you, Top Flight Mods, Rose Armstead, Tiffany Thomas, True TV Podcast. Thank y'all so much. Thank you to all the content creators that joined us live as well. Of course, all of my Caramellians, you guys always do an awesome job. Please like up this video, hype up this video, subscribe to the channel for those of you that have not done so. If you enjoyed this video, please do not forget to subscribe. Thank you guys. All right. Until the next video, you guys be safe. Depending on how this weather holds up, because y'all know I don't like to be live when it's storming out. Okay, so we're gonna see in the next couple hours or so how things look. If we got storms, I'm gonna pass it up. All right, because I ain't gonna be on here, child, with the lightning and the thunder. We don't do that. But nevertheless, I will see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful time or day rather, and bye.